Ho, ho, ho. Hey guys, welcome back to art class. Today we're gonna make something really cool with our weaving from last week. Now, if you're happy with how your weaving came out and you want to use that as the background of your picture, that would be great. However, now that you know how to weave, if you want to make something a little more festive, Mr. Galloway is going to do a weaving using 2 pieces of wrapping paper. So let me do that real quick and then we'll talk about what we're going to do with our weaving after that. So like I said, if you want to use your weaving that you made last week, that's great. If you want to try to make one with wrapping paper, that might be a second cool way to do this. So I'll do that real quick. Now, I've got this really cool weaving ready to go, made out of wrapping paper. Now, as you know, since wrapping paper is meant to be ripped, you got to be kind of gentle if you're using it. It is a thinner paper, but I think this looks pretty cool. Now, if I were to do this over again, I might pick paper that was more different. Since both of my papers I chose had a brown in the background, they kind of blended together instead of looking like that cool checkerboard pattern, but it still looks really good. So if you're picking papers, you might want to pick 2 that are very different, like a very green-based paper and a very red-based paper or something like that. So I have my Weavy Weave ready to go. Like I said, if you want to do a new one using wrapping paper, that would work perfectly. Or if you just want to use the one you made last week, that's fine. If you need a reminder on how to weave, you can rewatch last week's video. Now, what we're going to do on top of this is we're going to make a cool little thing that makes the weaving pop out or show up really cool with a cutout from this. So I'm going to do some really fun little cutouts. And we're going to do this using one of our magic art terms, which is symmetry. Now, if you don't know what symmetry is when you have something that is the mirror image of itself on both sides. So like a butterfly, if you imagine a butterfly, it's very similar on both sides, and there's a line kind of that goes down the middle that divides it called the line of symmetry. So we're going to use symmetry to make mirror images of some cutouts. So I'm going to take another piece of paper. I've got this green piece of paper that I'm going to use. If you wanted to use a 3rd sheet of wrapping paper, that would be fine, or if you just want to use white paper or whatever you got. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it in half hot dog style. When I say hot dog style, I mean where when it's folded you have a long skinny hot dog bun looking thing. So I'm going to fold it in half and line up those edges perfectly, like so. And I've got my paper folded in half like that. Now with my paper tall, like this, I'm going to have my fold line on this side, and this is the side I'm going to cut with my scissors. And then I have my open side on this side. So using the fold line as my line of symmetry, I'm going to want to draw something that is symmetrical. It could be you can think of a holiday shape, like some kind of Christmas tree or a snowman or a star or a gingerbread man. I'm going to show a tree and a snowman, I think. But if you have a different idea, that might look really good. Actually, I might do a gingerbread man because my paper is brown and that would look really cool. So what I'm going to do is using this fold line, I want to draw half of a Christmas tree. So I'm going to just kind of go this way with a diagonal line. I'll come over. I'll go further out diagonal. I'll come over. I'll go further out diagonal. I'll come over almost all the way. And then I'm going to draw a little chunk of a tree trunk. Okay? If you had a hard time with that, it's almost like a triangle and then come out and another triangle and then come out and another triangle and then a little rectangle on the bottom. You can do it. And then with my scissors, I'm going to cut this out as neatly and carefully as I can. Remember, this is the open part. This is the fold line. So I'm going to cut that out. Cut it out, Mr. Galloway. Nice and neat and lovely. So beautiful. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. So I'm cutting out my little tree shape. Nice and neat and lovely. And I'm going to actually get two things that's kind of cool. For one, when I cut it out, if I just have this, I could unfold it. And I have a little tree that you could use in some other piece of art. This might make a really cool label, like, to Bob from Sam. I don't know. But you can make, like, anything with that. But I actually want to use this paper with the cutout, because when I unfold this, now I have my tree shape. But it's a hole, it's negative space. I have a tree cut out of the middle of this green piece of paper. And you might have already imagined what we're going to do. Watch this. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to get my glue stick. If I can find it. Oh, here we go. I'm going to get a glue stick, and I'm just going to put a little line of glue around the whole thing. Ooh, that's some goopy glue. What are you thinking, Mr. Glue? Sliming all over me like that. And I can kind of put a little glue on this bad boy, like so. And now that I have some glue on it, I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to take my cool weaving, and I'm going to line it up and try to get it on there as perfectly as I can. And I'm going to press it down. And if you look, oh my goodness, it looks so cool. My little weaving is now my tree. And if you have any of these little extra snoogets, you can take your scissor and just kind of trim them off if you want to, if you don't want those on there. But you've got such a cool looking little tree there. Okay, so that's one example. I said I'd do two, so maybe I'll flip this. You could even do it two-sided because you're weaving. Well, my paper was two-sided, so that's why mine looks like this. If you didn't notice, I was using two-sided wrapping paper. So that's why I kind of cheated. You could even take this and glue it on the back. Oh my goodness, that looks good too. But let's do another one with red. I'll fold this puppy in half. And this time, let's do a... Do you want to do a snowman? So if I'm doing a snowman, I'll have half of a circle, half of a slightly bigger circle, half of an even bigger circle. Maybe I'll make that one come out a little more. Like that. I could have a little hat on the dude. And I could have a little stick hand. That might look cool. So I drew my half a snowman. And with the magic of symmetry, here's my open part, here's my fold line. I'm going to cut that bad boy out. This might have looked better as a white paper, now that I think about it. But that's okay. I like the red. Oh, that's right, I was going to do a gingerbread man. Mr. Galloway is so scatterbrained. If I didn't know where my head was, I'd leave my head. What are you saying, Mr. Galloway? I don't even know. Dun, 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 dun. Very weird cutting out this little hand, isn't it? I've already messed up. That's okay. You know why, guys? Because I believe in myself. And even when I mess up, I know it doesn't matter terribly, because life goes on. This one's a little more intricate. I have a lot of little smaller chunks. Bloop. So, I got my little snowman here. Hello, Snowbee. But the cooler part is I have my negative space snowman. I can put him on there and have such a cool little thing. So, I hope you had fun today making this. Like I said, if you have a different idea, maybe you want to do a gingerbread man, maybe you want to experiment and try cutting some different things. Ooh, what if you tried a snowflake? I bet that could look really cool. But there's so many different ways you can do this, and when you glue it on, it'll be more stable, it'll stay together a little better, your weaving won't fall apart, and this might make a really cool piece of art as a decoration for your room, as a gift. There's lots of things you can do with it. I hope you guys had fun. I will talk to you next time. Have a great holiday break. Yeah, I can't wait to see you again.